Hey, Mahal everyone! Welcome back again to the Broadway Saiyan YouTube channel. I'm your host 40 and we are back with another video on the global version of Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the next upcoming character event, which is featuring Final Fantasy V's Krile. For those of you who are unfamiliar with who Krile is, she is the granddaughter of Galuf from Final Fantasy V, and I really think it's awesome that they're bringing in these lesser-known characters from some of the older Final Fantasies to be featured on Opera Omnia. So really nice that we get to see Krile join the Opera Omnia universe. So just like with any other character event, we get to unlock Krile after clearing the event conversation stage. After clearing event stage 1 on her character event, we're also going to have access to 2 copies of her 5-star 35 CP gear called Priest's Hat, and you get those after clearing stages 3 and 5. And the kind of character that Krile is she's a magic support who provides Brave to party members, as well as wielding the Thunder element on one of her abilities. So that's the kind of character that she is. And I forgot to mention the story event for her event is called Will of the Dawn. So taking a little bit of detail on Krile. So again, she's a magic support. Crystal Affinity is blue, which is kind of interesting because her element is thunder, but who knows what they were thinking with that. Speed tier, I did list down here that she's medium or slow from playing with her on the JP version of the Dissidia Opera Omnia. However, it looks like she may even be fast speed tier. If I'm wrong on that, and somebody knows the exact speed tier that she is, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd really appreciate that. Taking a look at her stats, the only stat, honestly, that's kind of low is attack. The rest of her stats are spread out pretty evenly. They're good amounts, so good on the stats for Krile. She has 2 abilities. Ability 1 is Ray of Hope. So this is going to be our Brave battery. It grants 120% of Krile's initial Brave to the target. It also grants the target a buff that is Elemental Weakness damage up for 3 turns. So if that character is, let's say, using a fire ability, and the enemy's already weak to fire, well, it's going to deal even more damage as long as they have this buff on them. And Ray of Hope also grants Krile herself a small attack up for 3 turns, so kind of similar to Hope's Shell ability. Her second ability is called Thunder 5. Not entirely sure why it's called Thunder 5, but it's a one-hit Magic Thunder Brave attack. Now, just like every other Final Fantasy V character that is in Opera Omnia, Krile also has a Mastery function. So with Ray of Hope, it converts into Ray of Hope Plus after she uses Ray of Hope twice. So this time it increases the Brave by 150% of Krile's initial Brave to the target. So it's rather than 120%, it's now 150%. And then her mastered ability 2 is Thunder 5 Plus. Again, after you use Thunder 5 twice, it becomes Thunder 5 Plus. This time it just deals more damage and it grants small Brave up for 3 turns to Krile. So pretty nice kit. It's very simple, but it's straightforward and you know, pretty good for a magic support character. Now, taking a look at her crystal passives all the way up until level 50, all of them honestly are really good. I really like how both of her abilities have ways to reduce their action delay, and she also has ways to increase her speed. Now, the only crystal passive that I really don't like, again, is Spite. Not sure why I gave her that. Gating 100% critical hit rate is nice. However, as I've said before, the conditions to meet it's a little too much, and I know the CP cost of 5 is pretty cheap for it. So if you happen to have extra CP, you can go ahead and slap it on her. But for me, I'm not a big fan of Spite. And also, one thing that I found interesting about Krile is that she doesn't have a passive that increases the usage of Ray of Hope. She only has it for Thunder 5, so kind of interesting. But overall, I like her crystal passives. I definitely do. And then taking a look at her artifact passives, Brave Guard up, 1-star, 2-star. Again, unless you really need defense, I would definitely pass on those 2 artifact passives. Back attack, 1-star, 2-star. She deals more Brave damage if she's targeting an enemy that is not targeting herself. Pretty useful, I feel like. I don't think it's the highest. I wouldn't highly prioritize it over her other artifact passives, but if you happen to roll it, hey, it's pretty nice. Ray of Hope Brave gain 1-star, 2-star. I personally like because it raises Brave by 5% of initial Brave after using Ray of Hope, which is pretty cool that Krile has that. And then if you want to power up her Thunder, well, you can also go for Thunder 5 power up 1-star and 2-star, which increases the Brave damage of her Thunder 5 ability. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the weapon summon banner that is going to be featured for the Krile event. So there's going to be 2 35 CP weapons. It's going to be featuring Krile and Dark Knight Cecil, and I'm personally more excited for Dark Knight Cecil. So 5-star 35 CP Wizard Rod for Krile increases the damage potency of her Thunder 5. It also grants her small initial Brave Up for 3 turns, and that extends the duration to 6 turns when the ability is mastered. So pretty cool. However, her 5-star 15 CP Lilith's Rod, the passive on that is it changes Ray of Hope into an AoE ability, so now it's an AoE Brave Battery. It also lowers its action delay, and it extends the duration of small attack up and elemental weakness damage up. Personally, I think that this passive is actually better than a 35 CP, so if you happen to pull this one, and let's say you don't pull her 35 CP, I still think you hit the jackpot with her, because I personally like the passive on that a whole lot better. Now, Dark Knight Cecil's 5-star 35 CP Dark Claw, I'm super excited for because it's going to increase the damage potency of Valiant Blow, and it also lowers his action delay, and this time it also grants him a small attack up for 5 turns. And as we know, Dark Knight Cecil is very, very popular for co-op because his Valiant Blow automatically initiates a chase, which means that we get to build our summon bar faster, especially if you score a break during the chase. We'll also have a chance to get his 5-star 15 CP Deathbringer, and the booby prize or the consolation prize of this banner is going to be the 5-star 15 CP Oritsuru for Yuffie. So unless you already don't have Yuffie's weapon, if you happen to pull it, well, that's the consolation prize of this banner. So overall, I'm pretty excited for the summoning banner. I'm definitely going to be doing some pulls for it. Now, the Guard Metal shop is going to be receiving 3 new pieces of 5-star 35 CP armor, Priest Hat for Krile, Dark Helm for Dark Knight Cecil, and Amulet of Wutai for Yuffie. So those will now be available upon the release of this event in the Guard Metal shop. The boss that we're going to be facing is called the Greatest Marlboro. So Greatest Marlboro is purple compared to brown and green. Interesting color choice there. So this Marlboro is weak to fire, thunder, holy, and dark. He also resists ice and earth, so don't be bringing in your Onion Knight or Ishtolas for this. Chase HP value is 40, just like the other iterations of Marlboro. Tentacle Slap, Impale, and Bad Breath. We're all pretty much familiar with those. Marlboro and Great Marlboro have those. However, Greatest Marlboro now has a host of other abilities that the other Marlboros don't have. The first one is Crunch, which is a melee brave attack, which removes debuffs that are on himself unless they have a frame surrounding it. So what I mean by that is when for example, when Ramza uses Shout on himself, the Shout buff has a frame around it, meaning it cannot be pushed off. Well, it's kind of the same thing with this. So if there's a debuff on Greatest Marlboro that doesn't have that frame, well, it's going to get removed. But if it does have a frame, it's not going to get removed. Corrode is his hybrid melee brave plus HP attack that also inflicts poison on the target. And then he has 2 really powerful abilities called Toxic Saliva and Noxious Saliva. Noxious Saliva is the more powerful version, but they're both range brave attacks. They both reduce the target to brave by 50%. Toxic Saliva inflicts poison and also allows Greatest Marlboro to gain Brave based on his own max Brave. However, Noxious Saliva not only inflicts poison, but also attack, defense, and speed down. So they're pretty annoying and dangerous abilities, so keep an eye out for those. And then his other group AoE Brave attack is called Rancid Breath, which inflicts attack down. So be on the lookout for those abilities. Now, to prepare and a little bit of tips from the Krile event, definitely farm up some blue crystals, especially if you're going to build her up, so that way you can unlock as many passives for her as possible upon unlocking her. Definitely utilize the synergy characters, so Dark Knight Cecil and Yuffie alongside Krile for their increased stats during this event. Other characters that you could use are Prish, Vincent, Steiner, Edge, Shantoto, Zell, Aiko, Vaughn, and Sabin, because they all have abilities with elements attached to them that the Greatest Marlboro is weak to. And finally, someone of choice, I would definitely stick with Ifrit for single play. And then if you're going to be doing co-op, definitely go with Chocobo Sylph or even Ifrit, now that Dark Knight Cecil is a synergy character for co-op. And it's something that I did not mention, but if you're going to be using Ifrit Summon for single player, even co-op, something you could do is, if you have Squall's 35 CP, either bring him, or you can bring a Squall friend unit, or even during co-op, have someone else be Squall. Immediately summon Ifrit, because we know that the Greatest Marlboro is weak to it, and then just burst them down as much as you can with Renzo Kuken Plus. So then that way, you can avoid taking as much damage or eating as many debuffs as you can, or who knows, you might even be able to take them down during that summon phase with Squall. Alright guys, just like with every other preparation for these upcoming character events, I do want to show you guys some gameplay from the JP side of the game for this Krile event. That way you guys get a little bit of a visual. So let's go ahead and take a look at that gameplay. Alright guys, so here we are with some gameplay for the upcoming Krile event. Now remember, this is from my JP Dissidia Opera Omnia account, only because, you know, Global obviously doesn't have it yet. So this is why I just want to show you guys a visual from the JP version of the game, so in that way you guys get to see something of what to expect for this event. So we're going to be taking Krile, Dark Knight Cecil, and Yuffie, since they are the synergy party. Going to be using Ifrit, because we know that the greatest Marlboro is weak to fire, and I'm going to be taking a Squall friend. Hopefully we don't have to use a Squall friend. Pretty sure you won't need to, but you know, you never know, just in case. All right, here we go. All right. So basic mobs, just like with every other character event, don't really have to worry about them too much. Oh look, we can already KO them with Yuffie. Let's see. Right. Okay, let's see. Let's take out B. Oh, might have messed up there. Oh wait, never mind. I thought I was gonna get broken. All right. Okay. We're gonna use Thunder 5. And if you guys hear my dog barking, he's not supposed to be, but you could probably hear him in the background. I'm not sure what he's barking at, but he's not supposed to be doing that while I'm making a video, but oh well. So let's see Ray of Hope. So right now I haven't mastered it yet. We're gonna try to master it before the Marlboro fight. Do it again. Nice. Alright, now we got Ray of Hope Plus. Nice, very cool. So the Brave that it grants us, it's pretty high. 120% and 150%, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and use Thunder 5 again. Alright, and let's finish off this behemoth. Alright, so we got one more wave of mobs, and then we're gonna be facing the boss next. So we got some wolves. Alright, here we go! Here comes Greatest Marlboro. Right. So he's obviously going to be starting off with Bad Breath, just like his other versions, so let's see. We are going to... Let's use Thunder 5 Plus. I just want to see it. Nice. Alright. And then we're just going to go ahead and summon just to take advantage of his weakness. Again, I'm not going to use a Squall friend, although I don't want to make this too easy. Nice. And remember, Yuffie does have her rebuff ability, so in case you guys get hit by those pesky debuffs, she could just toss them back to Greatest Marlboro, so just make sure to keep that in mind. Let's do Valiant Blow again, so it's so much better with his 35 CP weapon. Okay. So I want to see him use... I do want to see him use his ability, so... Let's do that here. So he's going to use Bad Breath. Or wait. Or was that was that toxic saliva? Or no, that was bad breath. So his bad breath actually deals brave damage now, unlike the other Marlboro. So that's something a little different. Okay, so now we are going to. Okay, let's go ahead and deal some HP damage. Okay, so Krile's gonna get broken. Oh, 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 whoa. That was some crazy damage there. Alright. Let's see. Ooh, we're gonna use Snatch with Yuffie. And Valiant Blow once more. Okay, so this Greatest Marlboro is gonna be gone soon. Again, just kind of wanted to show you guys what he does, so that way you guys have a visual of his abilities. And there we go. Alright, so that is going to be it for some gameplay featuring the Krile event and the Greatest Marlboro boss. Hopefully you guys found that helpful, and again, this is going to be the upcoming character event that we will be getting on the global version of the game. Alright guys, once again, I am the Broadway Saiyan, my name is 40. Stay tuned for the next video, and Mahal everyone.